So here it is, Merry Christmas. Stick your plan B up your bum. Hey, hi there, my lovelies. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all taking care of yourselves and you're all nice and healthy. I think you know why I've jumped on here this evening. A couple of hours ago, our glorious leader came on the TV and gave us all the news that we knew was coming, that lockdown measures, or part of them, are coming back for hospitality venues, work from home if you can, all for something that hasn't been proved that it's worse than the situation we've already been in. This Omicron, moronic variant, still no evidence that anyone's died from it. Still no evidence that more people have been hospitalised from it. From what I've seen, most people that are in hospital at the moment are with the Delta variant. So at the moment, it isn't a real big risk to the public. So why are we taking these measures? Why the hell are we fucking disappearing down a rabbit hole again? Why is Christmas looking like it's going to be bollocksed up again? Why? Why are we doing this? That's the whole thing. Everyone's going, why? Why are we doing it? Why is the hospitality business going to be brought to its fucking knees again? At a time when they should be making money, they're going to be losing it because people are going to go, I haven't got faith in going out. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out if I can't get up and dance and sing and stuff in a pub or in a venue. I've just got to sit at my table. And every time I get out, I even have to have a piss or go and get a drink, I've got to put a mask on. People are just going to go, I can't be fucking bothered with that. And that's going to have a knock-on effect that take-ins are going to be down. So from last year where they made absolutely nothing, it was the hope for hospitality that they would get all their money back this year. But they're not going to. Because people are going to react to this. Literally within 5 minutes of that press conference finishing, BBC, ITV, Sky are fucking doing the scaremongering and doing all their usual media control, which obviously sets people off again, without thinking of the consequences of their fucking idiotic actions. The fact that, again, mental health's going to be affected. Again, people's livelihoods and businesses are going to get kicked in the nuts all over again. But what do they give a shit? They're on $100,000 a year to feed us this shit and upset us. So again, we've got no proof that this new variant is a bigger risk than Delta. The way I look at it is, if this new variant takes over as being the dominant, but it's easier to contract it, pick it up. However, your symptoms are a lot less, then that's a win. Surely that's a good thing. If the new dominant variant is actually milder than the one that we've currently got at the moment, that's a fucking win. We should be looking at that as a positive, not as a fucking negative. But we're not looking at anything as anything at the moment because we've got no evidence. So what he's done the reverse of what he's always done. Whereas he leaves things too late, now he's gone the fucking complete opposite and gone too fucking early with this, without any kind of backup, from scientific backup to justify what he's doing. Again, it's bad timing when we've had all this whole thing with a party at Downing Street last year, and now videos have come out with these people fucking mocking us. Not we, because I didn't, but people that put these fucking clowns in power when they voted them in and put that clown in power, and now looking and thinking, oh my God, I've been made a mug out of. They're making videos, taking the piss of the fact, look at us, we can party and you can't. And then we get this woman fucking boo-hooing on the TV. She's not upset because of what she's done. She's not upset because she's regretful. She's upset because she's been fucking caught. That's the main thing. And it makes me sick when these people get caught doing something and then they have to boo-hoo on the TV to get sympathy. She gets no sympathy from me whatsoever. People had family members die while they were partying and taking a piss out of us. People were sat at home not being able to meet up with their families and having a depressing, anxiety-ridden Christmas that they shouldn't have had, while these fucking morons are partying at the Downing Street. All of a sudden now it's, oh, well, it was the day before we brought in the really strict measures. It don't fucking matter. Before that, we were told don't mix together in big groups and stuff like that. They're literally going like that at us. You know, it's like, oh, you working class poor scum. You know, looking down at these eating educated fucking morons that make these decisions, but then don't live by their own decisions and take themselves off visiting people when they shouldn't and having parties when they fucking shouldn't. And then they have the cheek to come out tonight and tell us that we've got to go back to an existence of living down a fucking rabbit hole again after what's just been on the news with them taking the piss. I will be honest, am I going to take Plan B seriously? Only when it comes to anything that's actually an official law. If it's a law and I could end up being fined or end up worse, being prosecuted, then I'll do it. But if everything else is left to my decision, fuck it. No, I've had enough of this now. I think we've all had enough of this now. The ironic thing that I've seen today is Theresa May, who's actually meant to be, or is part of the Conservative Party, actually come out and said what I've been saying for fucking months. We've got to live with this thing, not run away from it, not hide from it. We've got to learn to live with it. Because it isn't a good state to be in, that every time this virus mutates and changes, which they do, all viruses do, we have to fucking disappear off down a rabbit hole every time. We can't keep doing this. It's not good for anyone, even people that don't suffer from mental health. It's not good for anyone. And they can literally, they can stick it up their arse. And I think most people are going to say that. I would imagine there's going to be a huge outcry tomorrow from people. And if people protest, yep, if you can look back on my rants from like last year, going back to like the beginning of the pandemic, I was one of the biggest condemners of people getting together in great big groups and protesting. But on this occasion, if people are protesting against this absolute sham and this absolute diversion tactic from something else bigger that's going on, and I'm going to cover that in a minute, if people are going to protest about it, fucking full on, go for it. We can't sit back and let these absolute clowns and morons do one thing, break all the rules, but then tell us if we don't stick by their rules that they don't stick to, we're going to get clobbered. It's very interesting that at the moment Boris is trying to get passed through as legislation that when the courts make a decision, when judges make a decision on something, if the government disagree with it, they can reverse the decision made in court. Now that's very interesting because it sets up a precedent that really the justice service and the government should be two fucking separate things. They shouldn't be linked, because then how do you have faith in a legal system if the government can then step in and go, oh no, sorry, you've made a decision, but bollocks to it, we don't agree with it. They're going to look after themselves. I mean, the minute MPs fall foul of the law, they're going to write their own rules and go, well, no, we don't agree with that. We're going to reverse that decision. You know, is this all part of a big thing to do with the whole Prince Andrew thing? Is it that if he gets found guilty, if they can get legislation put through that can reverse a high court decision, then he gets away with it scot-free? I've seen many people online are convinced that this Omicron variant episode is to cover up what's going on over somewhere else with the Prince Andrew situation. I don't think that. I think it's something a bit bigger than that. I think it is something to do with legislation or something they're going to slide under the door, and we're not going to know it's happened until it's happened. And we'll all be too busy being upset by Omicron to worry about what's going on over there. And I said this before. I hope I'm wrong, but then again, I don't hope I hope I'm not wrong, and Omicron is a realistic threat. I don't think it is. I just think it's too neat and tidy. It's too coincidental. It's too, it's come along just at the right time. Literally a year to the day that the first vaccine was stuck in someone's arm, this happens, and they make these decisions. Everything's just too coincidental. It's just too neat and tidy. It's all come along just at the right time. So yeah, I'm pissed off, and I think everyone's pissed off. Probably you watching this are pissed off. not just at me, but just at the whole situation. It's just ridiculous. These decisions are being based on nothing, on no evidence that justifies what they're doing. So obviously there's a reason why they're doing it that they're not telling us. And I think we have a right to know. I, for one, I'm not going to let it ruin my Christmas. We kind of had a Christmas last year-ish, but obviously in the back of your mind, you're thinking about all those poor people that haven't. The hospitality industry are probably sitting at home with their heads in their hands going, oh, fuck me. This year we could have made some of the money back that we lost from last year, and now they're ballsed over again. In the profession that I choose to do, kind of with hospitality, with doing mobile DJing and karaoke, I'm a little bit concerned that the gigs I've got leading up to Christmas, they're going to cancel them, because if hospitality goes down the way of you have to wear a mask unless you're sat at a table eating or drinking, and everywhere else in the pub you've got to wear a mask, that obviously knocks karaoke on the head straight away. You can't have people coming up with masks on singing. Also knocks discos on the head, because people aren't going to be able to get up and dance around with masks on, kind of thing. So I was kind of looking forward to my first year having a gig on New Year's Eve and kind of making a really big thing of it and making sure everyone has a damn good time. It's in jeopardy now. Obviously I'm waiting for the heads up from the venue that I was meant to be playing at. But what's going to happen if people decide to cancel and not go out because they don't want to sit there with a mask on all night, or every time they get up for a piss, or every time they get up for a drink, they've got to put a fucking mask on? People are going to go, you know what, it's probably easier to stay at home. New Year's Eve in London's already been cancelled. There's no big get together at Trafalgar Square. That's been cancelled by Sadiq Khan. There's no fireworks apparently. So it looks like the plan's always been along for quite a few months that the festive season was going to be fucked over again. And it's sad. It's a shame. But I think we need to speak up more. I think we need to speak up one more against the government and their decisions, and show our dislike for their decisions properly. I think we need to stand up against the media. I think we need to have a bit of a backlash against the media with all their scaremongering, and we need to kind of kick back on that. So it's been a strange old evening, to be honest. Apart from that, I can't really think of anything else to say. I just wanted to jump on here and get some bits and pieces off my chest. As I always say at the end of my videos, everyone, please look out for yourselves. Look out for everyone else around you. We're through the worst of this, I think. We just need to carry on doing what we were doing, but we also need to kind of kick back now and say, look, we've done what you said. We've done what you said. We did what you said. We're in a better situation than we were 12 months ago, but now we're going backwards in the way that we've got to live our lives, even though things are better than they were a year ago. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Don't want to rant on here too long, because you probably get bored looking at my ugly face. All look out for each other. I will talk to you again very, very soon. Hopefully it won't be to jump on here and more restrictions have been put in place. But if something does happen like that, I'm more than likely going to come on here and have a good rant about it. So anyway, thank you very much for listening. If you do go on YouTube, give us a like on YouTube. Subscribe to the Rich T Rants channel on YouTube. And also there's the Facebook page as well, if you jump on the Rich T Facebook page. And I'm also on Twitter as well, Rich T Fan Club Twitter page as well. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and peace out.